Here he comes then, everyone, the champion of Ireland, the Ballydoyle maestro that is Aidan O'Brien, wearing your St Mark's Basilica jacket with pride.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Matt.
It's a good jacket though, isn't it? It's a nice one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, did you get yours?
I've got one, yeah, I've got one. I'm looking forward to a Meditate one, so let's get straight on with her. She goes in the juvenile fillies turf. She's obviously looked good, Aidan. Has she quite come up to what you had expected in Europe?
Yeah, she obviously got beat the last twice. Obviously in Dakota she was second, 7 furlongs. It was her first time up to 7 in a Group 1. She won her trial over 7 on good ground, then went back at Meigler and soft ground and looked like maybe she didn't get home. Then she didn't have a lot of time between that and going back to the middle park, to Chivley Park. Ran a very good race again. We were very happy with her. She might have been a little bit, maybe a little bit dull going back to 6 after running 7 in a soft to heavy ground at Takora. And like we didn't have much time in between to change her programme much, so we just let her run as she was, but still ran a very good race. Obviously this race was always there, but we gave her every single day, we gave her a chance not to run, meaning that if there was any sign of the season was too long or anything like that, we would have taken her out, but she didn't. Her coat stayed very tight and she stayed in very good form. Brett rides her every day and he was very happy, and Wayne was riding her in his work and he was very happy, so that's why she's here.
About the trip, are you happy with going up? Yeah,
listen, obviously she's by no name ever is a massive influence for speed, so you can't be sure, but she's out of, I think, a Dalacani mare from an Aga Khan pedigree, we think, so there's a good chance that she could. We're going to learn a lot about her for her next year. She's drawn wide, she's a quick breaker usually, so no, we're looking forward to seeing what happens, but seems to be in good form and it will be interesting.
Yeah, really excited by her. I'm also excited by Victoria Road, who, to be quite frank, didn't look much to start with, Aidan, but has suddenly flourished, has that form with Blue Rose Sen that looks really good now. I mean, this is a horse who just brings, I think, toughness and experience to the table and ability.
Yeah, obviously he's by Saxon Warrior, who has had 3 group winners this year, so that's very good for a first season stallion. He's out of the dam line is very quick, so that's why we started him short, and he was showing plenty speed over 5 and 6 and was running very good races but wasn't winning, so we were a little bit disappointed in that, but when we stepped him up in trip he seemed to grow another leg, which was very unusual, and obviously we were delighted with. So obviously Saxon Warriors by Deep Impact, and Deep Impact nearly got 2 miles, and so maybe that's where the stamina is coming from. He's in very good form. He's a good traveller because he was running over 5 and 6. He has plenty early pace, and he's getting the trip well. He won round Shanty. Ryan took his time on him, and he was back a good bit turning in and still had pace enough to get there, over 9 furlongs. So he's a good draw. We're happy with him. We think the ground will be fine. We think the track shouldn't be a problem. So no, looking forward to him running also.
Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. I think Breeders' Cup will be really happy to have a European Classic winner at the Breeders' Cup. You got that in Tuesday. He was so good in the Oaks at Epsom. Joined by Toy, who'll be a much bigger price. Just the trip with Tuesday. Filly and Mare Turf is 1 mile, 1.5. She's obviously 1 over a mile and a half. Everyone knows she can cope with mile 2, but I'd imagine this is as short as you'd really want to go with her.
Yeah, she was third in English Guineas on very fast ground.
Good point, well made.
Yeah, so that was a very massive run, really. We always thought she would stay. She won the Oaks, obviously, and with her knees in the ground. We've been very happy with her. The last day, she ran a very good race from a very bad draw on bad ground. So Wayne had to go forward on her to get a position, and got the position, and travelled very well into the straight and most of the way up the straight, and just maybe got a little bit tired in the last 50 yards because of where she was drawn, the soft ground, and we thought that a little bit more improvement has came. We were careful not to turn the screw too much because we wanted to leave a turn or two for coming here after France, and we have done that, and we think that we have seen improvement. Dean rides her every day. He's very happy. Jamie's in charge of her, and Dean rides in her work as well, and we've been very happy with her. She's a good draw, Matt, and hopefully she'll run well.
Order of Australia in the Breeders' Cup Mile obviously gave it that huge win at this track, a 40-1 success in that race. Is he kind of like almost like a joker in the pack that no one's going to go around saying Order of Australia is going to win the Breeders' Cup Mile, but if he did, no one would be surprised?
No, obviously he won a Breeders' Cup Mile not last year, the year before. He got injured last year, so we had to take him back slowly. We've had our eye on this race all the time, or the whole year. He was racing, obviously doing his best, but he was kind of going through the motions trying to get here, so he was taking all the steps on the way, and we were conscious not to overtrain him too hard because we wanted a little bit more to train when we were coming here. He went to Keeneland and we were delighted with his run. Christoph was very happy with him. He said he missed it a little bit. The horse beside him did something in the gate and he just took his eye off the gate for a second. We're very happy with him. We have his work has been strong and intense since then, and he's taken it very well and he's working very well. So it will be interesting. He's drawn out a little bit. He's 10. I think when he won here he was further out. He might have been 14. So no, very happy with him, Matt, and the same, we'd be hoping that he could run a very good race also.
Stone Age and Broom in the Breeders' Cup Turf. Let's start with Stone Age, one-time Derby favourite. He's actually been far from disgraced in the Irish Champion Stakes and the Champion Stakes at Ascot. My worry with him is just ground. Would he prefer some juice or not?
Yeah, he's had good form with good fast ground as well, and handles a soft ground. So when they handle it, you'd say maybe they prefer. But he's very comfortable on good quick ground. We ran him here a couple of times early on, and maybe the trip was a little bit tight for him. We thought when we ran him here, we thought that when he came to America over a mile and a half, he would be much more comfortable. He's a good, strong traveller, and usually he's a quick breaker. We're very happy with him, and like you said, we were delighted with his run the last day. Ryan made it on him, did quick and by him just turning in, but going to the line again, he was coming back again. He was staying on, looking like a horse would love going a mile and a half, and he has the pace to get a position and to travel on that ground. So yeah, there's every chance he could run very well.
Could he stay in training Stone Age next season?
I think he is, obviously. Peter and the lads will chat, but I think there's a very good chance he could. I don't think we've seen the best of him, and he is a very big horse with a very big, strong, open stride, and sometimes those type of horses need to be late 3, 4 to be strong enough to use those strides.
And Broom is talented, but I kind of think with him he sulks a little bit if he doesn't get to the front, and that's going to be hard with Stone Age in the field. So I'm not. You could ruin your own horse in some ways, but with him, is it just if he's in the good mood on a day, he's very talented?
Yeah, a lot of his problem is when he goes in, he misses the beat. So when the gates open, he can miss a length or two, and he ends up in a kind of a compromising position for him. We've done plenty with him in the gates. He was in the gate this morning and everything was good. We're very happy with him. He's very happy to make the run. If he hits the gates, he's very happy to take a lead. If he doesn't, last year he was well back and came home very well. So he's in good place. He's very fit. He's done all his hard work is done, and he likes the ground, and flat track will suit him. So hopefully he'll run well.
And you know we have these chats from time to time, and I like to throw you the old googly in there, curveball, which you're always happy to answer anything, aren't you? You always say to me, Matt, ask me anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So no trainer likes to say which is their best hope, because, but come on then. Which one of those is the Aidan O'Brien number one?
Yeah, listen, obviously...
Just the name, Aidan.
Yeah, obviously coming out here, we don't ever expect to win a race because it's so competitive, and that's the honest-to-God truth. We do all we can to get him to where we are. If they have ran disappointing the times before, we change things and tweak things to try and improve them. But the reality is, like, you're hoping to have a winner. Yeah. That's the reality.
The best one.
Yeah. So obviously, if you go back, Meditate her form has been very strong. Yeah. Whether she gets the trip, you can't be sure of, but there's a chance that she could.
Should we just leave it at that and say Meditate?
Listen, and then the 2-year-old that ran in France, he should be comfortable. I had Broom. Listen, they have chances. We're very happy with yesterday or Tuesday.
You're not going to give me a best one, are you?
No, I'm hoping that we could have a winner, but that's all.
No, you're not the best one.
No, I wish I could tell you the best one, but I don't know. And like I said, I'd be delighted if
because just think of this. Put it in this perspective.
Yes.
If you gave me the best one and it wins,
yes,
I could then retire and you'd never have to have these conversations again.
Yeah, you're usually the best at this, so you know who's the best better than me. And if you think meditate is, I'm happy to go with that.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Now we've gone into the realm of stupidity. Final question. You'll have seen Flightline. You're holding a cap of Justify, who's been one of the great horses. How impressed have you been with Flightline, of what you've seen of him?
Sure, he's incredible, really, and he's the horse everyone is looking forward to see. What he has been doing is just out of this world. He's so exciting. His cruise is so fast and so high, and he just burns horses off, you know. So it will be just like, we can't wait to see what's going to happen. Like, he's just been incredible watching him, really.
Yeah. Thanks for putting up with me.
Pleasure, Matt.